In 525 BC, the most powerful army on Earth conquered Egypt using cats, not catapults. Cats, held up like furry little hostages. And the Egyptians, home turf, bigger reputation, a river stocked with crocodiles, took one look at the cats and went, "Well, we can't fight now." One ancient account says that's how an empire fell. Let's meet everyone. Our villain, or hero, depending on how you feel about cats, is Cambyses II. Picture a broad-shouldered Persian king, pointy curled beard, tall fluted crown, and a permanently impatient scowl, like a man whose food is always late. Cambyses was the son of Cyrus the Great. Imagine your dad's literal name is the Great. Every family dinner is a performance review. Cambyses had just inherited the largest empire on Earth. He wanted a sequel. Egypt was the target. Over in Egypt, Psamtik III, new pharaoh, soft round face, fancy striped headdress, wide nervous eyes, of a guy 6 months into a job and already being audited. Half a year on the throne. Thin resume. Confidence, somehow, intact. So why invade? A few stories, all of them pettily personal. One says Cambyses asked the previous pharaoh for his daughter's hand. The pharaoh, not keen, sent a different woman and tried to pass her off. Cambyses found out. Cambyses was not a let-it-go guy. Another version blames an Egyptian eye doctor. The pharaoh shipped his best physician off to Persia against his will, and the doctor, nursing a grudge, whispered to Cambyses that he should just invade. So, there's a real chance this entire war started over a disgruntled employee. Either way, Cambyses marched. And here's where it gets clever, in the dumbest possible way. The Egyptians were extremely serious about animals. Not aw cute. Sacred, untouchable, harm one, and it's the death penalty serious. Cats especially. In Egypt, a cat was basically a small god with whiskers. The goddess Bastet had a cat's head. Kill a cat, even by accident, and an angry mob handled your performance review. Cambyses knew this, so when his army reached the fortress city of Pelusium in the eastern Nile Delta, he allegedly did something no military academy has ever recommended. According to the writer Polyaenus, and big caveat, he wrote this roughly 700 years later. So take it with a fistful of salt. Cambyses had his soldiers carry cats, and dogs, and ibises, and sheep. He put the sacred animals on the front line, and supposedly painted cats on the soldiers' shields, so picture the Egyptian archers on the walls, bows drawn, arrows ready, and here comes the Persian army advancing behind a wall of confused, dangling, very holy cats. Fire now. You might hit a cat. Hit a cat. You insult a goddess. Insult a goddess. Your soul is in trouble. Forever. The Egyptians, the story goes, froze. Not one arrow at the divine kitty shield. And Cambyses, hiding behind the world's first emotional support battalion, walked his army right up to the gate. Did the cats win the whole battle? Almost certainly not on their own. Pelusium was real, and it was bloody. The Greek historian Herodotus, visiting decades later, claimed he saw the bones of the dead still scattered on the field. The Persians had the better army, the momentum, and a king with daddy issues and infinite resources. The cats were, at most, a psychological cherry on top. But the result was the same. Pelusium fell. Cambyses pushed onto the capital, Memphis. Poor, nervous Psamtik III, pharaoh for barely a year, was captured. Egypt became part of the Persian Empire and stayed under foreign rule, on and off, for a very long time. The moral, supposedly, an entire kingdom got outplayed by a man who weaponized the one thing his enemy loved too much to harm. Cats, the original psychological warfare. Comment below if your cat would also conquer Egypt given the chance. We can't fight that.